Hey guys, and welcome back to Pro Speed Baseball. We do a lot of videos here, talking about, common instruction and how, it's not mechanically correct. And, this is one of the ones that gets me the most. And that is, this is what a lot of people say. A figure skater will be to speed up, they pull their arms in to speed up. And that's what we should do as a hitter. We should pull our arms, pull our hands in because that's what a figure skater does. Well, that's probably the furthest from the truth from what we actually want to do. That's exactly what we're going to go over this video, and I'm going to show you exactly why we don't want to be like a figure skater when we hit baseballs. Let's go ahead and get started. All right, guys, so I could go off on a huge scientific tangent on centripetal and centrifugal force and how this does not, I mean, that is kind of how a figure skater gets their speed whenever they're spinning. But the fact of the matter is that this couldn't be more different than figure skating. When we're hitting, we need to create a solid base. We need to be hitting from a fixed point. A figure skater does not have a fixed point. Well, they have a fixed point that they're spinning around, but their body is not anchored to the ground. Our body is anchored to the ground. So first and foremost, that's just not even close to what we're trying to do. But more prevalent points are the fact that we are going to be losing bat lag, which is the ultimate transition position that we can get into. And we're going to be doing the number one power speed, exit speed killer, and that is spinning. When a figure skater pulls their arms in, they are spinning. And again, from a lot of the videos we watch here at Pro Speed Baseball, we know if we are spinning, if we are rotating, we are moving left. If we are moving left, there is no way that we can possibly maximize our output on the ball. If we are moving left, we are glancing across the ball and we're going to get weak strikes. There's no other way around it. So of course we know how to, we don't want to spin. But the idea of this video is to go over why we don't want to pull our hands in, and of course we don't want to spin, and we need to get bat lag. So of course, if we're pulling our hands in, we're like a figure skater, we're trying to spin, and that's going to make us hit our glancing blows. So obviously we know we don't want to do this, but the number one reason we don't want to pull our hands in is because it absolutely kills bat lag. So for those of you guys that don't know what bat lag is, I'll go over that here real quick. That is when we get into our transition position, we're going to get into the end of our load stride. Whenever we begin our forward momentum towards the ball, the barrel is going to create speed, which is going to add weight, and the bat is going to lag behind the hands. So the tip of the bat is going to get behind the hands, and then it's going to get released into the ball. It's a lag and release into impact. That's how we generate speed with any lever that we're working with, no matter what it is, whether it's hockey, golf, whatever we're trying to swing in an axe, we are lagging and releasing. We need to have that to get maximum speed in and through impact. If the hands are coming in closer to the body, we are doing anti-lag. So this is what this means. And in another very good video in the Pro Speed hitting system, talking about the swing plane, how the force of the mass of the bat follows the force, which is our hands. So in physics, mass follows force. What that simply means is that if my hand is the force and the mass of the bat is the mass of the bat, which is the balance point of the bat, if my hand is going this way, the mass of the bat is going to follow my hand. The mass is always going to be working towards the force. That's just the way it works. If my hands are on a direct path to the ball and my hands are going towards the ball, my force is going out and the mass is going to be following the force. That's how we create that beautiful lag position that we can release into the ball. If my hands are going in, I'm sure some of you guys can start to see where we're going with this now. If my hands are going in towards my body, the mass is going to try to follow the force. Therefore, if we're trying to pull our hands inside, stay inside the ball, or anything like that, if anything, we are casting the barrel around the ball. There's no other way around it, because the bat doesn't bend. I mean, it does flex a little bit when we swing, but it doesn't bend. There's no way around this. If my hands are going in, then the bat is going to go out. The tip of the bat is going to go out, and we are going to spin. So we are shortening our swing. We are pulling left, and we're creating anti-lag in our swing. So there might be some guys who say they pull their hands in, but if you see them in this position where the bat's lagged behind the hands, their hands are going to the ball. The mass always follows. Guys, this is physics. We cannot get around this whatsoever. The end of the bat, the sweet spot of the bat is going to follow your hands no matter where they go. If my hands go to the right, the bat's going to follow it to the right. If my hands go to the left, it's going to follow it to the left. It's always going to be working towards the force. It's just the way that it works. So again, my hands pull in, the bat's going to go out, and I'm going to get zero lag. That's just the way that it works. Now, to the severity that you pull your hands in is going to be the severity that you lose lag. So if I go ahead and show you an example, I'm going to do extremes. I'm going to do one where the ball's far away from me, and I'm going to be taking my hands to the ball, and we're going to see a massive amount of lag. Okay, so if we play that back in slow motion, you're going to see the bat's lagged way behind the hands because simply the hands went out to the ball. I wasn't physically trying to make lag happen right there. Now I'm going to do the same thing, and I'm going to pull like a figure skater and pull my hands in towards my body. So I'm going to load stride, and I'm just going to pull my hands in towards my body. I know it's a little goofy. I'm not really used to swinging like that, so I'm not, saying I practice that a lot, but just for practical purposes, I try to get my hands close to my body as I'm taking them to the ball. So there's a lot of instructors out there that might say, hey, this isn't exactly what I'm talking about. Or maybe like, you're misinterpreting my point. But the point is if you're telling players or if somebody's telling you to pull your hands in towards your body, things can get misinterpreted very, very easily. The fact of the matter is, if you try to pull your hands in towards your body, the bat is going to work out. Unless you do something manual and you swing slow and you kind of keep the bat in. That's the only way that can happen. So guys, if you want to have good lag, if you want to come into impact solidly with good release, you can't spin and you have to lag the bat. So if you're pulling your hands in, you're cooked from the get-go. So I would highly suggest when you're working on your swing, you understand what creates lag, what creates the release, and that is a direct hand path to the ball. That's the long and short of the story, guys. So if you want a really easy drill to make sure that you're creating lag in your swing, put this ball on the outer half of the plate, get in a stance, and I'll show you one from face on here in a minute. Make sure this ball's set up for a pretty severe outside pitch, and make sure you get your hands, don't lean over or anything, but get your hands as close to the ball as you possibly can, and then watch it on camera. Go ahead and film yourself from down the line, load stride, and get your hands as close to that ball as you can, and watch it on camera. You'll see a massive amount of lag. I'll show you one here from face on so you guys can see the setup. I've got this pretty far out like you just saw from down the line, and you can see this ball is kind of right, maybe 8 inches inside my instep right here, and I'm going to load stride, and I'm just going to reach out my hands to the ball. Okay, and you're going to see there's no choice. The physics are going to take over. You'll have a massive amount of lag unless you do something super weird, but feel what you need to do to get a good, powerful strike on the ball. You can do that from a severe outside pitch to a severe inside pitch. If you're taking your hand path to the ball, you're going to have beautiful transition. You're going to have beautiful lag, and you're going to be able to release the bat solid. You're going to give yourself at least a chance to release the bat solidly into the ball. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, stay tuned. I got an even better bonus video coming up for you. You can check out that bonus video. At the end of this video, there's going to be a preview. You can check it out by clicking on the iCard or in the description, the link in the description below. Absolutely free of charge. Check it out. It's a great video, and it's really going to help you out with your game. And guys, like always, be sure if you like the video, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Good luck with your swings. Good luck with your games, and we'll see you guys soon. Today, I'm going to show you the #1 move that kills bat lag. But most importantly, we're going to do a drill that will instantly give you a tight transition into bat lag and have your swing looking drastically better today. The move that I'm talking about here is when we're going into our transition and the bat lays down, and now the only thing that we have to rely on for bat speed is our pure strength. From Mike Trout, he does this really, really well. You'll see as we pause him here in the max bat lag position, his barrel is really high, and you can see that it's barely dipping into that line. You can imagine if this was a nail and this bat was a hammer, if I was trying to hammer this nail in like this would be kind of like me dumping the bat. But if I'm letting this hammer swing and slam into this ball over and over again, I'm going to be very, very efficient. Now, I'm sure you guys are ready for it by now. Let's go ahead and dive into the wall drill. All right, guys, here we go, the wall drill.